I'm sick to death of charity muggers because I'm already giving $30 a week, have been for months, to Fitness First. And you might say it's not a charity. Fact is, I'm giving, get nothing out of it. Never set foot in the place. It's not about me. I like to stay off the equipment, give others their chance to shine, you know? Next time you see a hot 23-year-old called Chad, that's my sponsor child. So. You can say, Chris did that, you're welcome. I like to keep photos of him on the fridge. Bit blurry, taken from far away, he doesn't know I take them. Kids think it's a bit weird. I'm like, don't be like that, kids, it's Chad. He's your sponsor brother. Look how buff he's looking, eh? Mum did that. I've been described as an aggressive person, not by like the cops or anything, just the father of my children. And it's hard when you are because you don't see it. Like you think you've said, darling, could you go check the barbecue? And what he's heard is get off your ass and turn the steaks for fuck's sake. And I don't know why we're afraid of passive-aggressive people. What are they going to do? Awkward silence you to death? You know? I used to work with this bloke called passive-aggressive Jeff. I gave him that nickname. It's not as great an office nickname as Racist Barbara or Jordan the Cock, but it works, you know. He answers to it. Boss was trying to organise a team bonding lunch. Jeff waits for silence and he goes, what if you'd rather just work? I was like, oh, Jeff, when you say that, it sounds like you don't want to come to lunch with your colleagues and that hurts. Come along, be fun to lunch together. That's what I thought I said. Didn't want that job anyway. I've been with my partner 23 years. It's amazing. One minute you can't get enough of them. Next minute you're going, where are your friends? Don't they want to go fishing? Take the weekend. My partner and I, we're not romantic, not in the schmaltzy jewellery store ads kind of way. We'd never move merch, you know. It's not in us to be showy with our affections. So, you know, we don't do public displays of affection. If we see someone post on Facebook like a photo of them and their partner cheersing champagne flutes on a picnic blanket with a caption that just reads, oh, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I married my best friend. I just think, oh, they must be on the rocks. And it's not that we don't love each other, we do. I just think to the untrained eye, you wouldn't see it, okay? I think it would take someone like David Attenborough to follow us around for a few decades and put it together in a 6-part series for the rest of you, you know? For example, the other day I told him someone said my hair looked mental. Shh. And he didn't say anything, but the next day I was doing my hair and he just walks past and he goes, your hair's not mental. Keeps going. Oh, right? It's like he hired a plane and wrote in the sky, I love you. I choked up. No, I didn't. I said, what are you doing? This is gross. Stop gushing. What is this? And I can just hear David Attenborough going, oh, what's happened here is the male has complimented the female. You can tell from the smirk on her face he will be getting some tonight. Oh, look, for as long as I've been with my partner, I've always thought he'd be much happier with a tall, lean, hippie chick called Astrid. I invented Astrid with my own self-loathing and imagination, so if you have the means, you can play along at home. Astrid loves all of the things he loves, like surfing and gardening and reading the boring fucked bits of the paper. So when he interrupts her with some little-known fact from the financial markets, as he's wont to do, she'll stop what she's doing, look at him, take off her glasses and go, sorry, darling, what was that? As if she really wants to hear the response, you know? Whenever I'm cross with him or I think he's cross with me, I think, what would Astrid do, actually? When Astrid's cross, she goes for a 20-kilometre jog. Just in an old sports bra from high school because it still fits. When she feels disconnected, she picks up a rock or a stick and just holds it. Feel her connection with the earth, you know? I told my daughter about Astrid and she went, oh, Mum, Astrid sounds weird. I don't think Dad would like her. And I'm like, don't talk about your stepmum like that. I think being with a long-term sexual partner is like owning your own swimming pool. when you don't have one, just a mention of a pool's exciting. It's like, what? You got a pool? That must be great. Bet you're in it every day. Then you get one, right? And it's good at the start. Good day, pool. Bad day, pool. Hot pool, cold pool, right? And a few summers pass and you're like, right, you go in. Get a few pool toys to kind of spice up the... In the end, it's really just about maintenance. You can have someone else maintain it. It's an additional cost. When all's said and done, nothing quite so wonderful as knowing a pool so intimately. You know how many strokes it takes to reach the end? Do it with your eyes closed, quite safely. They say knowledge is power. No, it's not. It's just annoying. Maybe knowledge used to be power, but now we have Google. Google has power. The rest of us are just stressed. The world is like the worst share house. Even if you do the washing up, there are 7.8 billion other pricks who won't. And for all the advances in science, we never find out anything good. It's never, have a thick shake and a nap. That's the ticket, That's what I want to hear. No, it's always, stop drinking, eat kale, And when I found out that fast fashion is just landfill made by slaves, really took the shine off a day at the shops. You know what I mean? Oh, poor white people, we're so oppressed. I don't know, they say knowledge is power. If you can name something, you can call it out, it loses its power over you. But there's so many more names for things now that used to be perfectly acceptable things to do, like at the weekend with kids, like body shaming, mansplaining, eating cruelty eggs. Every week a spotlight is shone on a new shit thing that I can't fix, And I can't delegate because I don't trust anyone. It's that feeling I get when I ask the kids to empty the dishwasher. Will they, won't they? Roll the dice. Or at work when someone doesn't do their job. What? The climate's fucked again? That was Jeff's job, No, knowledge is just anxiety. Do you remember when doing nothing was a perfectly acceptable option? Like you could just grow up, have a couple of kids and depression. Remember that? I'm not saying it was great, but we're judged on too many things now. My life is a thin veneer of respectability hiding the anarchy below. I don't even want to be a good person anymore or successful. It's too hard. We're judged on too many things. It used to be good enough just to have a job. Now, if you got a job, someone's going to say, are you passionate about it? Does it fill your cup? Does it speak to you on a spiritual level? And God help you if you don't have ethical super. Nothing worse than unethical super. How's this? I work for myself and I had kids. I have no super. Is that fucking ethical? Don't think so. Nah, it's hard to be an adult these days, In my grandparents' day, you just had to work or look after kids. Whole time, drink, smoke and gamble. These days, you got to work, look after kids, don't drink, don't smoke, drink heaps of water, don't overeat, starve a bit, but not too much. Do yoga, pay the mortgage, have an investment property, contribute to super, but never retire. Go on fancy holidays, cook like a chef, give to charity, be a good neighbour, be a good listener, be a people person, be a lifelong learner. Be spiritual, set an example, leave a legacy. Read more, sleep less, sleep better. Volunteer, visit old people. Don't visit old people, wash your hands, keep your distance. Reduce your carbon footprint, count your steps and check your privilege. And at the end of all that, you got to be grateful. Fuck off. I'm grateful when we're on holidays. Only if there's luxury, great views and catering, or I'm not going. But I've got mates who go, no, you've got to go camping. Camping's great. Night under the stars, cooking over an open flame. Best bit when you get home. So grateful. I only know I've had a good holiday when I get home, open the door and go, well, this place is a shithole. Thanks very much.